Hello everyone, it's Michelle Litwiller here with Owl Star Stampers. I am so excited to join you today. I have this adorable card that we are going to make along with a coordinating envelope. So we are going to be using the Ice Cream Swirl bundle. This is a stamp set and set of dies that are carrying over into our new catalog. And so that's what we are going to be featuring in this video today. Before you go any further, if you have not already, please be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you follow me over on Facebook and all the social media, and feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think of this card. Thank you for all of you who have already subscribed and share this with your other crafty friends. Also, don't forget to hop on my email list right here. That's where you're going to get notified of all of my events, classes, and specials and all of that. So make sure you're on the email list so you don't miss out on any free tutorials or giveaways or anything like that. And then here is my link to shop. So if you would like to purchase the Ice Cream Swirl bundle or any of the supplies I'm going to use in this video, you can do so right there. And last but not least, here is the current host code for all your shopping needs. You can also just use the shop code and that will take care of it as well. Okay, so to make this card, I have all the supplies right here and we're just going to dive right in. So I have a Crum cake card base. We're going to be using Flirty Flamingo and some Crum cake. So let's go ahead and fold our card base in half. This is just a standard card base. It is 8.5 inches by 5.5, and you're just going to fold that on the long side in half, which is 4 1/4 inch. Now I do have a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to do that for the inside. I'm just going to set it aside for right now. And I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is also 5 1/4 by 4. Now, what I did is we have a piece of designer series paper right here, and it was a 6 by 6 inch piece. Now, this piece of designer paper came from the Neutrals 6 by 6 designer series paper stack. We have these in all of our color families, the bolds or the brights, the neutrals, the subtles, and the regals, and all of our in colors. The patterns will be changing as of May 2024. So these are the patterns for this month with our current catalog that's retiring. So on my other card, I use a flip side, the polka dots, but on this card, I'm going to use the stripes. So what I did is I cut my paper at 3 3/4 by 5. And so this piece we're actually going to attach to our Flirty Flamingo. Then we're left with these two pieces. Now one piece we're going to use on the inside, and this other leftover piece we're going to use for our envelope. So no piece of that 6 by 6 paper is going to be wasted or spared. We're going to use it all. So let's go ahead and let's attach some of these pieces down, and then at the end you can tell me if you like the stripes side better or the polka dots. So I think they're both gonna look really good, but you can let me know. Okay, on the basic white, this little leftover strip, we're gonna put that at the bottom, and we're gonna have the inside of our card looking just as cute as the outside. So let's go ahead and put this piece of basic white on the inside of our card. Now we're not going to put the other piece on just yet because we're going to use some ribbon. You guys know I love ribbon. All right, so there's the inside of our card. Now let's just set these, here's our envelope. We're going to set these aside, and now we're going to go into our stamping. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat here, and I went ahead and I took the dies, and I die cut the top of the ice cream swirl, the ice cream cone, and I have a scrap of white for our sentiment. And the dies look like this. So these dies are really cool. You can do the outline, and this is so cool because it cuts both sides, so you can actually create like a tag, or that opens, or you can do a lot of fun interactive things. And then there's all these little detailed parts too. The stamp set also has a donut, a strawberry, a cherry, some sprinkles, a little straw, and some really cute sentiments as well. And so a lot of those pieces in here will cut those out also. So I just, for the sake of the video, I cut out half of the cone and the top of the ice cream swirl in basic white. And now we're going to stamp those. The two different color ink pads I have are Early Espresso and Flirty Flamingo. I also have Flirty Flamingo Stampin Blends and Crum Cake Blends. So let's do our stamping first and our coloring, and it should go by pretty quick. Because these are photopolymer stamps, I can die cut them ahead of time and then stamp over them. At least that's what we're going to try to attempt to do. Okay, so there is our little swirl. And now let's stamp right over it. Okay. And next up, I'm just going to wipe this off with my chamois and do our cone. All right, let me take off this stamp, and the bottom of the cone is on our block now. And let's do this one right like so. I didn't get it down. Well, it's okay. I was gonna say could have been down a little smidge, but I can just snip that off with my scissors. All right, and then on this scrap, we're gonna stamp our sentiment. And so I'm just going to stamp Make a Wish. And so I'm going to do that in Flirty Flamingo ink to tie in those colors. So I'm going to piece it apart once we get going, but there we have it, and now it's all stamped. All right, let me just clean off this stamp, and we'll get into coloring our cone and our ice cream. All right, so I am going to just take my scissors and snip that because I don't want quite so much white showing. Okay, so let's do the cone first. So again, I mentioned I had the crumb cake, so I'm going to start with my light. I know some people like to do the dark first. You can do however you like to color it. I always just start with the light for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's what I do. So I'm just taking my light crumb cake and I'm coloring this all in this cone. And then we're going to take the dark and do a little bit of highlighting or shadowing, whichever. Okay, so I'm just like coloring very fast. You don't have to go super slow with this. It's a pretty big image. We're coloring it in. So there we go. We have it all colored in with our light crumb cake. Now I'm going to take my dark crumb cake, and I'm using the brushed end. And so now on these like lines, I'm going to just kind of go over them with this dark crumb cake. And there's really no, I'm not going over all of them, but some of them, and just kind of like picking and choosing some. And then on this corner, I'm going to go a little over that line and then over here. And I'm going to go down like that. So it looks kind of like messy a little bit right now, but I'm going to go in with my light and I'm going to do some little circular motions and kind of blend that out and go over this. And then over those lines that we did the dark, I'm just going to go over with my light a little bit. And that's just going to give this cone a lot of dimension. Doesn't that look really cool? It's not just like so, I don't know. I like it. So that's how I did that with our Crum cake blends. These come 2 in a pack. You get the light and the dark. And just know that come May, in like not very long, they will be going up $1 in price. So if you're watching this video right or soon after it goes live, you might want to pick up any blends that you might not have, or maybe you've never bought any, or maybe you have a set and you want to get a few new ones or replace any. The Crum cake are definitely my go-to. I use them for skin tones, for hair coloring, for tree trunks and branches and birds. Like they're just a really, Crum cake is probably one of my most used blends anyway. All right, next I have the Flirty Flamingo. And so one of the ones I need to pick up is Flirty Flamingo, because look at this, friends. Like my light Flirty Flamingo is just about dried out. So these markers are our alcohol-based markers, and I love them so much. But like any marker, they will eventually go dry. I think for the price point, they are amazing markers compared to other, out on the market or whatever. So I do love our Stampin Blends alcohol markers. But anyway, people ask me, how long do they last? If you're doing a ton of coloring, it just depends on how often you use them, how much coloring. So there's a lot of variables. So it's hard to answer that question, but I feel like they give me a lot of life. Okay, so as you can see, my light one is pretty much at the end of its life. So I'm going to use the dark, and I'm going to color in our ice cream cone. Pink is one of my favorite colors, and so I picked pink. What is your favorite ice cream flavor, though? Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor? Let me know in the comments. I really do like strawberry, though, too. When I think of pink, I think of strawberry. I shouldn't really eat ice cream. I'm pretty sure I'm like lactose intolerant. I've not been tested, but anyway, I'm very happy though that they make very good dairy-free alternatives though. So that is the plus side. Okay, here we go. We are almost done coloring this in, and then what I'm going to do, since I'm using the dark because my light is all used up, I'm just going to still go over with more dark to make some of the areas a little bit darker. So there, this one is all colored in now. So again, on this one I use the light and the dark. Since I only have the dark, I'm going to go back with this dark, and over some of these lines I'm just going to go over and I'm just going to add a couple of layers of color. So that's how you can like build up the color with these blends. Sorry, hopefully my finger isn't in the way too much. And so you can also, the best way to get better at coloring is just to practice doing it. Just like anything, practice makes perfect. Okay, and I'm just gonna go up here and go down again to make my ice cream a little more not just one-dimensional. All right, so when you get it kind of how you like it, I feel like my other one was a little bit darker. Maybe I went over it more, I don't know. That's the beauty of coloring. Every time it might look a little bit different, and that's okay. Okay, once you get it how you like it, I also took something else that I love, and that is Stella. This is a glitter brush. I love it. I'm just gonna go over this ice cream and make it a little shimmery because it's just pretty that way. Okay, so I think I got it almost all Winka Stellaed up. I'll try to pick it up so you can see some of the sparkle. I love this Winka Stella because it's not like messy glitter and glue, and it dries fairly quickly too. So can you see the little sparkles and shimmer on it? I think it's picking it up. Okay, so there we have that. Now we are going to start putting our card together. So one of the things I did is I took this ribbon. Now I think this is retiring. It comes in a combo pack with Real Red, and this is Crum Cake, and it has little white stitching. And so I saw that on my ribbon rack, so that's what I'm using on this card. I like the Crum Cake. I use the red a lot at Christmas and for Valentine's Day. So I have almost this whole bolt of Crum Cake. So I'm going to make a bow with this because it coordinates with my colors. And then we're going to attach our ice cream cone and the ice cream with some Stampin' Dimensionals right on here. So once you get your bow how you like it, we're going to trim the ends here. And I want my bow to go on the left side, so I'm just going to slide it over because it just wraps around. Okay, we need some dimensionals. I have a couple right here. So I'm actually going to glue this down first because this ice cream is fairly large and I want to make sure it fits on my actual card. So add a little bit of glue, stick this on our card base. This ice cream cone, ice cream swirl stamp set and dies would make a fantastic scrapbook page. So I think it would be a really, really cute scrapbook layout you could do with this too. So lots of uses other than card making. Okay, so now the cone is going to come down here like so. And then the top is just going to overlap that cone. So that's why I didn't color all the way to the edge, because our ice cream is going to go over it a little bit anyway. So I'm going to put that over it just like that. And then we're going to take our Make-A-Wish that we stamped, and we're just going to trim these pieces out. So that's why I just had a little scrap piece. And so I'm going to cut this, and then I'm just trimming it down. And then we're going to add, for our sprinkles for this, we're going to add some iridescent pearls. Those also are not retiring. They're just so pretty and a little shimmery too. So I thought they would be good. Okay, here's our Make-A-Wish. So I'm going to take my dimensional here, the make, put one piece on the back, kind of towards the E, the K and the E, kind of put it up here. Then the little A, I'm just using the edge up of my dimensional. They work great, so don't throw the little edge of yours away when you run out. Use it up. And then here we go with our wish. And this one, I'm going to put it over top of the ice cream, kind of like that. So this is what we have so far. Now let's go ahead and pull in our these are our iridescent pearls, basic jewels. And we're going to add several of these. I think I added like 7. So they come in kind of 2 different sizes. So I'm just going to decorate this card with these. We have 4 on right now. 5, 6, 7. Oops, 7. if you want to put more, you can. I feel like it needs one there. And then why not right there? We have a lot on this card. But there it goes. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do is, remember we had that leftover piece from our designer series paper. We're going to attach this to our envelope flap. So all I do is I'm going to take glue and put it right on the flap, all the way around the edge. That's the main thing you want. You'd want it stuck, or you want it to stick. And then, so I have glue all over my flap. We're going to take this piece right here, and right, you can see, maybe not in the video, but in real life, you can see the crease where it folds. You're going to just put this right across there, stick it on, and then flip it over and use your paper snips and just trim off the excess. Just follow that little envelope flap. And now you have a cute coordinating envelope for your cute card, and you used up all of that for our 6x6 designer paper. Isn't that so cute? All right, so here is our coordinating card, and then look at, we have the inside right there. There's our Make-A-Wish. And then, all right, here's where I need to know. Do you like the stripes, or here is the polka dots? And so this one is with our polka dots, matching envelope, or our stripes. I hope you guys love this video. Again, if you would like to do any online shopping, the bundle we featured today is the ice cream swirl. I hope you love this card. You could make this in a variety of colors, and I can't wait to see you next time. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.